I'm so sorry, I never meant to hurt you so bad. I wish I could have turned back the hands of time right now and bring back the love that we had. My girl, when it was you and I, everything was fully fine. Girl, you know me, girl, I know you would have had a life for me. But me take you for granted. No man, me never block me. So man, me never block me.
Once again, I want to say pleasure to meet you teaching everyone on the outside. And welcome to SuccessRadio.ca. We're live. And we have in the building the man, Drew James. And we conduct a live interview right now with the man, Norman Roberts. Talking to the man, Drew James. Live in the inside. As you can hear in the background, one of his song, man, the one called No Bad Intentions. And this is alongside the man Kid Foreigner. Something like Clubbuds. This was a really good combination, I tell you, man. What's up the one, Drew James? I'm just going to live interview right now with the man Norman Roberts from Black Sand.
Yeah, everyone, it's a special good night to everybody out there in Radio Land. This is Success Radio, and we're here with the greatest Drew James. Drew, talk to the people, man.
Ooh, what's happening? Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter, man. Blessed, love.
So, Drew James, I'm listening to this track you have here.
Yes, sir.
It sounds great, man.
You like that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
From where did you get your inspiration, Drew?
My inspiration for the song or my inspiration period?
Let's just hit the song because
The
that's
song.
directly in front of me right now.
Alright, no bad intentions. You know how certain men get some, you know how it goes, no man. Certain men get sometimes with ladies, and I just wanted to show. I wanted to show certain women that, you know, all men don't have this cold heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
And I don't, what we do sometimes, it's not our intention to do, so you sometimes have to look past that first facade and look into your man's heart, give him a chance,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
So, you know, no bad intentions, baby.
Yeah. So, Drew, the music have taken you from places to places.
For sure.
Where are some places that you traveled since you started this music?
Oh man, performing. I've been to a lot of places in Canada, obviously, because I'm from here, like Ottawa, Winnipeg. I haven't got out to Vancouver, any of those places yet. I'm way out east to Nova Scotia, any of those places yet. Mainly central, but outside of Canada, I've done a lot of work in New York. Done a lot of work in Trinidad.
Yep.
And I did a lot of work in St. Vincent.
That's
all
wonderful.
these years.
You know, you hit a note there when you said St. Vincent.
Yes,
you
sir.
shake me,
Yes,
man.
sir.
You know something?
Don't shake too much. Man.
Yeah.
Okay, watch your shake, baby. Watch your shake.
I'm a Baptist Jew.
Amen.
Listen now.
God bless you.
You have roots in St. Vincent and the Grenadines,
Most
right?
definitely.
Okay,
Most
so
definitely. My parents.
yeah.
My mother is from Sion Hill,
Yeah.
St. Vincent. My father is from South Rivers.
Oh,
The
yeah.
James family in South Rivers, and the John family in Sion Hill.
Sion Hill.
Yeah, so we have a big extended family, and they sort of left St. Vincent, went to England, some of them went to New York. I have a lot of cousins in New York. That's why it's nice for me when I go down there to record or to do a radio interview or whatnot.
Yes.
I get to stay by my families instead of doing that hotel thing.
Nice,
You know what I mean?
nice. I love that.
It's
I
just
love
all
that.
love.
I love that.
And just as you mentioned that, a lot of my family's talking about going back home for Carnival this summer.
So, would you be going for Carnival?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
have a soca song to hit St. Vincent? And when we say hits and Vincent, we mean hits and Vincent.
I got some things.
Yeah.
I got some things.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? I got some. I always have something cooked up. You know. I have a strong team, man. I got a lot of kids that work and got a lot of creative ideas, and you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, big up Doctor, big up my man Kid Farner, big up my man Santiago. Plays a lot of guitar.
So these guys are all excellent artists that perform and do their recording and stuff.
Yes, sir.
And it's a privilege for you to be working with these guys.
For sure.
For sure, right? Can you give us, some background about these guys? Can you tell us?
Okay. Well, first of all, as you're hearing him in the background there on this track, Kid Foreigner, he's like a local legend in the reggae dancehall DJ business.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for so long and put out so many like records, and it's basically him that I got my real music push from. I'm talking from we were teenagers.
Yeah.
When I saw, you ever meet somebody, and they're so young, but it's like when I first saw Michael Jackson when he did the audition, the 1969 audition for Motown.
Yeah.
When you first see somebody that young, but they're that talented and professional and zoned in, that was Kid Foreigner at 15 years old. And then he went on to do records and stuff, and I was privileged enough to be like a little brother to him, you know. And he has another brother, Doctor, who he saw that me and Kid were doing music, like the underground parties and just going to people's basements and recording and doing tapes and mixtapes and stuff. I'm talking back in those days, we were doing that kind of thing, you know. And Doctor, he saw that we actually had a little bit of focus and talent and a little something at 16, 17 years old. So he got a little studio, a little 4-track. You know how people start out with their studio, a little 4-track in the basement, and hooked it up and did start putting out doing little songs, man. Did a little song called Splish Splash, and that was my first song, and I just started writing a lot. Yeah.
So what I want people out there in Radio Land to know, and soon you'll be on television. Tell people about you and what you stand for, and who or what you represent as an iconic person or as an iconic figure.
Wow, that's a deep question, my brother.
Yeah,
that's a
we
deep
hit
question.
it deep here, right?
Well, let's hit it then. I look at myself, to be honest with you, like a renaissance man. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it back to the roots of things. I'm talking back in the day when, you know how you and me look like we in the same generation. How you say good morning, good afternoon. When you're passing somebody in the street, it's your elders and whatnot. I grew up in a different, well, not a different type of home than you, the same similar type of home. So we have a sort of self-respect and a respect for others that is very much lost in the communities nowadays, especially with our youth.
Yeah.
You know, and I really, to me, I'm just looking. I'm more concerned about our generation coming. To knowing that they don't have some of those same core values and skills and whatnot, and they're not really thinking about all these killings you're seeing and stuff. And these are kids, man. These are kids that don't even know really what a gun is for. They can't spell Smith and Wesson.
I know.
You know, but they are busting a Smith and Wesson. You understand?
Yeah. So what you actually saying is that the generation that's coming now we should try to inspire them more into academics, into more practical.
Most definitely. Like, it's all good to like sports and to like entertainment, and if you have a gift for that, that's always good to do and whatnot. But please understand that there's thousands and millions of people like you out there too. Have something else extra to offer the world, you know, to offer yourself. You understand me?
So as an iconic figure, as a
You
renaissance,
you
as a renaissance
keep
man.
saying that. I love to hear it.
Yeah,
So
man.
you can keep saying
Yeah,
it.
because
It don't sound good?
yeah.
All right, man. All right, let's keep it up. All right.
What do you have to tell the younger generation? What kind of message?
Motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. It isn't. It's nice to look at somebody and say, "Oh, I want what they have." Oh, how did they get that and whatnot? It's not difficult. It's easy to look at somebody and see what they have and even be envious and grudgeful that they have it.
But you know something, kid?
Mm-hmm.
In business, greed is good. Greed is a motivator. Greed is an inspirer. Greed is something that you can put up and look at and try to reach. It's that thing that makes you want to push.
I don't like that word. I don't like that word, greed. Yeah, I understand where you coming with that, and I'm going to the same place as you're going.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't tell children that greed is a motivator. I would say there's lots of positive motivators. Just that word, the connotation of greed sounds so dirty. But if you're looking at greed in the sense that I want something great for myself, I want something great for my family, I want something, I need this for my community. If that type of greed you're talking about, then I love that. That's the greed. All right, baby.
Because
Ambitious greed.
Ambitious greed.
All
That's
right,
what
I
I'm
feel
talking
you.
about.
I feel you.
Because a lot of us, we want something, but we are naive in our own way.
True.
We
True.
hold back a lot.
True.
Right?
True.
And we do not push ourselves to achieve or to accomplish that goal, that dream. Because we're always thinking about something else or someone else, and we try to be timid.
You're touching on something perfect there, because and I'm a testament to this. My songwriting, how I come about songs, like what the gift of music for me is being able to, like, I'm a studio rat, right?
Yeah.
I love being in the
In the
studio
studio,
creating and whatnot. I'm not so much of the shows and
Sure,
out there like that. I'm a
But-
cool, quiet guy for the most part, if
Yeah.
you know me. You know what I mean? I just rock and relax, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But like the part of having an idea in your mind and me being able to write that idea down on paper, and then having a melody come to my mind,
Right.
and having other people basically get involved. Like I left speaking about my man Doctor earlier on, who saw us and start producing our tracks, and really we built a studio from that. We moved from the basement, got a studio.
Yes.
Then the studio was a bit small. Then we moved to another studio. Then it was a little bigger. But then we got to the studio where we're at now.
Yes.
And all that took was work and a dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I had thought in my head, whatever thought I had, I heard that thought on the radio after. Like I heard, like what you're listening to right now.
Yes.
That thought became an actual thing. It mattered, you know?
Yes.
So don't ever say to yourself that what you think about, you can't achieve. Don't ever think that,
Don't ever
because you've been given, everybody's been given such a gift to themselves. Just find your gift.
Yeah.
Your gift may not be writing songs or singing.
Right.
Your gift is interviewing. Your gift is asking intelligent questions. This is your gift. Expand on that. Work it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, Pops.
I walk it a lot.
I can tell.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, Jew. So
Yes, sir.
in relation to the music you have been producing and the music that you want to produce, do you find yourself on the same path, or do you find yourself deviating here and there?
Well, you see, I think it's maturity and I guess my age and different experiences I've seen. So my writing and my thought process is different. So I'm not going to be doing like songs like this. For example, I just shot a video about 2 weeks ago to this acoustic new song that I got coming out called Goodbye.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just me and an acoustic guitar getting down.
That
But
sounds
you
great,
need
man.
to see the video in order to catch the feeling of the song, because the song is not one of these party songs and get up and dance. That's all good. It's one of those songs that actually makes you think. It'll get a message to you. You know, like when it's time to say goodbye to somebody, don't front. Don't front. Just goodbye.
You sang the song, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Give people in Radio Land a little bit of the song. Let me hear something. Just give us something.
All that I can say is goodbye. All that I can say is goodbye. You leave me with no choice but be gone. All that I can say is goodbye. I'm not good with your rules or restrictions. Did it work on the last cat you had? I know this weekend is coming. And I know you won't be around. Hello, all that I can say is goodbye. You know?
Beautiful, beautiful. People in Radio Land, that's you. With the big sound acoustic coming up soon on your radio. So this track here, let's take a little of this track. Alright, we're live here on Success Radio with the man Jay James. So Jay James.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
On the side here of me, we have a talented star.
Got a young man.
A young man. He's not a shooting star. He's a star. Alright? So, tell me your relationship with this guy so the people in Radio Land can hear. Let's keep them in a little mystery for now. Bust it up. Alright? So just tell the people in Radio Land about
this young man?
Yeah.
I've been knowing this young man. Oh, goodness. I've been knowing this young man before I basically knew me. You know what I mean? I knew this young man a long time ago when I was just a young man. You know, and we sort of came up as young men together. You understand? He was my little running partner until he got too big to run with me. I guess I'm not as cool as I used to be, but I think I still got it. This young man, he ran with me so much that all the time when I was coming in or going to the studio as a teenager in my early 20s, whatever, he would be there with me. He'd be taking in the vibe, and at home all the time, you know, it's the soul music. It's what I listen to. I listen to the Earth, Wind and Fire and the Donny Hathaway, and you know what I mean? I'm a chill guy.
Yes.
So he'd be right there with me, man, and now he decided to come up and step out and do his own thing musically.
So, can you please introduce this young man to the world? Please introduce this young man. We have people from Africa, we have people from England, Miami, St. Vincent, Grenada, the whole archipelago.
New York, hello, Brooklyn, hello, Long Island, hello.
Introduce the young man. Talk to the people.
This young man, I'm very proud to say this is my son, Jay Fraser, in the building.
Welcome, Jay Fraser, in the building. Jay Fraser. We are live here on Success Radio, and you have lots of listeners out there. This is your first radio interview here with us on Success Radio. Radio Land would love to hear your voice. Your dad say you have a sweet, sexy voice. It drives the girls crazy.
I didn't say that. I actually did not say that. Because my man.
What's going on, world? Boy Jay Fraser, how you doing? I'm a rapper. You know, I wish I had the sweet singing voice my father had, but you know, I chose to rap and produce. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he can produce some tracks, man. I'm trying to get him to give me 2 beats. You know how hard it is to get beats. You can't even get beats from your son. You know what I mean? You trying to put some music in the market and whatnot, and when you have to call your son back twice to get a beat. I said, "My son,
that's something that works. So,
Well, there goes the statement I just made earlier on. I'm just trying to be nice like that. Yeah. So you build beats. You're a producer. You're into the music technology,
yeah.
and I guess you have artists that you build beats for and stuff. And Dad said he wants some beats from you. So how has it been from that transition from being that boy to stepping out as an independent artist, upcoming artist, vibrant artist? How has it been?
Well, it's been easier than most because I grew up with that type of environment, right? So I was always in the studio, and my type of beats are like the samples, like the Donny Hathaway, the Temptations, Isley Brothers, and all the old school. I used to flip them and make my own type of style in them. And it's like it got easy. Like I know a different way.
He could put pressure on Kanye. Sorry to cut you there. Yeah, he hard body.
Yeah, so
he hard.
I just did my way, and then I just chose a different route. Like I learned from my father's different mistakes with music, and I also learned from his good ways of making it. So I just formed it and just did my own way, and got a good fan base, and just keep trying to build and get this famous.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So in terms of your music, do you have a sample that Radio Land can hear and people out there who are longing to see your face? Well, they will see it soon on YouTube, on the interview. They will see it soon on our channel. Is there anything you want to say to the people out there in Radio Land? What to look forward to, the type of individual you are, and what you, as I asked you that earlier on, what you aspire to be, in terms of not following the cultural upbringing, but that cultural upbringing is embedded in you. It's focused. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you to be that positive individual. But when you transpire, when you want to move on, what is it that you're looking for to move forward to, and the type of music that you're making? How do you see the world taking it?
Well, when I get to that breach, that brim where I want to go to, I want to be a mogul in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a good inspiration for kids in Toronto, because there's not a lot of big people coming out of Toronto. There's the one gem in the few, right? So I want to let people know, as long as you work hard, you keep working.
I wonder who taught him that.
So after that, when I get big, I just want to make people know that, come back to Toronto, make sure, go back to Jamaica, make sure my cousins know my roots are still there. I'm not no famous person. I can't go back to country and just chill with my family and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So in terms of perseverance, I know a lot of us we fight and we push in the darkness, even though when we cannot see what is ahead of us. We push and we try our best to get to that surface where we can breathe some air. And you say in life, the resistance that holds you down are the same resistance that make you strong.
Yeah.
What are your resistance right now that propels you and keeps you going?
Family. I have.
Yes, guys, but I like the way that the music has been transcended from dad to son,
generation.
and I hope it continues in the generation.
Yeah.
And you know something? My mom had me when she was 16.
Okay.
16.
Yeah.
And she have 10 of us.
Oh, jeez.
And you know something? I am so proud of my brothers and sisters right now.
God bless that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I love that.
And life is to procreate. Life is to make other life and to make them enjoy life.
Well, this is what
Make
I tried to
them
tell my
enjoy
mother.
what we have. Yeah.
I tried to tell Mom when I was a teenager coming home
Yeah.
with his big sister. I
Yeah.
tried to say, Mom, look at your gospel.
Yes,
Read
exactly.
your Bible. I'm
Yes.
supposed to be doing this. This is what I do good. Check me out. Check me out. Don't resist me. You talking about my resistance?
Yeah.
Don't resist me. Let me flourish. Let me flow.
Exactly.
You know, this is what I do.
And the main thing with the life is the road that we guide or we try, because everybody are individuals. And it is not you or you to determine someone else's path.
Exactly.
You can guide people, you can say, you know something? This is the road I traveled.
Yeah.
You can learn from it, you can take some
Take bits
from
and
it.
pieces.
Right, and you can create your own path.
I fully agree
Right.
with you. 100%.
I will tell you right now, Drew, the main thing when it comes to the children, right? I'm just moving a little away from the music to the
Sound
family
good.
life.
Yeah.
Sound
Right.
good. Sound good.
The thing about the children is to make sure, Drew, that you're always there for them, whether you have money or not. Once you're there for the children, believe me, Drew, that's the richest thing in this world.
Definitely.
You
I
understand
fully
what I'm
agree
saying?
with you. 100%.
The world, as I see it, in terms of energy and positivity,
Mhm.
what you put out comes right back.
Yeah.
And you put out positive juice, your kids will grow up sweet, gentle, and happy. Don't worry about the money. A lot of people get caught up in the money,
The money.
and lose everything.
Right.
You see the music? The music is something that brings people together.
Indeed.
Look at us here.
Indeed.
We're all musicians.
Indeed.
You
Indeed.
understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
There is no animosity, there is nothing.
It's all love.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
love.
man.
Look, my brother
That's
in
what we
here.
promote.
Travel, Mr. DJ.
DJ Blondie out of Brooklyn.
DJ Blondie from Brooklyn.
the
Travel.
house.
You hear what he said?
For
From?
sure.
BK, Brooklyn.
He traveled here with us
Yes.
to come here to spread the word, to spread the news.
Some blessing.
That's what the music is all about.
Yeah, man. We all about blessing.
Yeah.
You know?
So, in terms of spreading the word and spreading the news, what message do you have in your music that will inspire people and make people want to listen to you and be a fan of you?
Just work hard. Just more or less I can say, because for my music, people see the fancy this, fancy that, but it's a lot of work to build that, and they don't know the work and dedication it takes to actually make music. People think they can just make a couple rhymes together, but there's an actual process. It's like you can't go to school for this, you know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure you actually work at your craft, and you can't just keep lazy and do what you have to do.
But you can go to school for that. That's sorry to correct you, but you can go to school for that. You know, you can go to school to be an engineer, exactly, to be an engineer, or even for the production end of it. But this is something that you really have to. It's something you have to feel. A lot of people feel. A lot of people feel music because music is the only basic international thread that we all have together. Forget about color. Forget about race, creed. Forget about where you from, what hood you from. Forget about that. You put on a song, and you have a gang member in there, you have a nun in there, and you have a teacher in there, and I bet you they all boogie into the same thing. They dance into the same beat because that's the international strength. You see me? And when you've been, and to me, I just look at it like it's a God touch that I've been touched, because this is it. I just didn't start doing music as a teenager. I've been doing music from like a child. You know what I'm saying? Like in my sister's room, and back in the day, she got all the records and whatnot, all the 45s, and we'd just be locked up in her room just playing everything. Then she would take her allowance money to buy records, and she got me onto like soul music and to feel. You understand? And to me, music is to feel. And if everybody can feel the same thing together, you telling me that people can't get along a little better than that? If you know that my brother and my sister, I'm having a bad day, they're probably having a bad day too.
Yeah.
So take that into consideration and respect that person's space and boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Just
You know,
that's how
I have a reference that I like to go back to. It's about the soul. It's about the physicality of the individual, the person himself. Now, I can look at you, right? I look at you and look at everybody in this room, and I see physicality. That's all I see. I can look at his face and I can say, boy, this guy looks like, someone who wants to jump me.
Yeah,
I can look at
buggy guy. I'm
right.
looking at him too.
I can look at
He got that buggy look.
I can look at you and say, oh, he's so pleasant, he's like a
You
marshmallow.
see it. You see
Right?
it.
You know,
You see
and we
it.
can
You're
draw,
pleasant looking, brother.
assumptions based on a facial expression or the body look.
Judge
right?
the book by their cover.
But there is one thing that we cannot judge and we cannot see. It's the soul.
For sure.
And that's where the music comes
That's
from.
where it comes from, man.
The soul.
That's where it comes
the
from.
inside of you. And that's the relationship that we need to have. Instead of this white and this, and we try to segregate and we do all of that. It makes no sense to me. I believe in relationships where the soul, where you can relate to someone.
Well, that's the only thing that you have when your body's gone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Sometimes you have those aches and pains and whatnot, and you lying down, you're like, oh my goodness, like I don't know if I'm gonna make it to tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you put on a Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come,
Yeah.
and you start to feel a little easier. You know, like that's a feeling that you get. You telling me you don't love that feeling every day?
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what
I'm trying to tell you, man.
So guys, in terms of, we spoke about feeling, we spoke about your upbringing, we spoke about your beliefs. Let's talk about your musical upbringing.
Sure.
So you as a musician,
Church.
church,
Church.
and you,
Father.
you see, we were brought up in that order.
Yeah.
All right. I remember you talking about church. My grandma, she will beat me out of bed.
I know people
You
like
remember
that.
those days, man?
I remember those days. It was only a couple of years ago. You don't know my mother. That's how it goes.
And the thing that I love about church back home is that the music. Oh my gosh! Listen, you could be whoever you want to be.
True.
From the time that music starts to play,
Yeah.
you up in that place.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The music is a part of our culture, right?
For sure.
And it generates, it brings that life, right? And as you guys know, it has been passed on from you to your son, right? So you know something, guys? It's wonderful having you guys here on the interview.
I really
Really
appreciate
appreciate
being here,
it,
man.
and I'm
It's
sure the
lovely.
people out there in Radio Land enjoying it. So
Sure.
is there anything you want to say to the folks out there who are listening to you right now?
Oh man, just just thank you for listening and thank you for supporting me and all of these years. And it's just it's nice to know that you might not get out to, like, this internet is a wonderful
Yeah.
vehicle. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Like
Very
people who you wouldn't think that you would get to, and,
Yeah.
and you can reach them and they can kind of hear what's going on in your part of the world, and you can hear what's going on in their part of the world.
Yes.
It's a wonderful vehicle now. So we didn't have that vehicle like 20 years ago when I was doing
Exactly.
music and producing and sending out records. We actually took the vinyl to the record stores down on Eglinton and go to HMV. Do the groundwork. Now it's a click of a button, and it's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? So watch what you do
Yes,
when the
exactly.
camera is on you. My dude,
Yeah. And what do you have to say?
Every rapper watch their heads because I'm coming. 2014. Every rapper.
Jeez. That's
Okay,
big people
well,
talk.
I know people out there, they heard you guys and
Yeah.
they appreciate the interview, but how can people get on to you all as artists? Where can they go to see your faces, to activate your music, to play your music, to understand who you guys really are?
Okay, right now, my No Bad Intention song featuring Kid Farner, that's available on iTunes. You can check that out. The video is also on YouTube, No Bad Intentions, featuring kids.
You can look me up on YouTube, Jay Fraser. Got my videos up there. You can Google me. I did a mixtape last year. You can download that. Pretty much, get at me at Jay Fraser Music Gmail if you want to work or anything. I'm out here.
All right. It was a pleasure here talking with Jay Fraser and his dad, Jay James.
Sir.
So guys, we really appreciate having you all here on the interview.
Now I'm really getting a chance to put on Jay Fraser on the spot now.
Yeah.
I had tunes them here, but I know the talent that he have, he could spit on anything.
Yeah.
And I have a rhythm right in here.
Okay.
I want to jump on anything.
All right. All right.
Very talented at that. I just want to put him on the spot.
Put them on something. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What you got? Is this the rhythm you talking about?
This one Jack, man?
Is this the rhythm you talking?
Alright.
Yo, Toronto BK, look like playoffs. Never ever way off. Please don't do it. I got a couple goons, put you through it. With the top roof off, shorty shake a roof like a Rudolph. I know I'm new ball. Yo.
Listen, the way you move in your thighs, shake that from left to the right. Believe you got to be mine. Put that body to you ain't want no more. About you want to be alive. Don't come round, you're wasting my time. Now's the time to get right. Show me something, I'm sure you can do.
Yo, big bodies, all wheels. Use little sick phrase to be all ill. Jumping out the box, real hot like meals. Getting out your girl's neck bone like gills. Lay back, stay back. I got a team that will whoop you. Cage match, lower horns in the beagles. King all regal, sitting at the throne, waving at the peepholes.
When you coming back to me, baby, when I said, baby, when you're coming back, ooh, to me, baby, oh, I see you coming, baby, I know you wanting me, and what you gotta feel is what I need to feel, and when you're going home, all you do is me, and you just call me. I'm telling baby, you kissing me back, you kissing me back. Whoa, whoa.
All right. Your friends and his dad. Yeah. So we got things going here, big things going here, big things. So you have a studio.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so tell the people about the studio.
We have a studio in Mississauga that we produce a lot of, and that's my team,
Right.
Dr. and Kid Fauna.
Yeah.
We produce a lot of artists. We write for a lot of artists, produce their beats for them. They come in. We actually do a lot of compilation CDs and put them out there in the market. But anybody want to get their music out there and, hey man, come pay to play, man. It's if you invest in yourself, you'll get a lot out from yourself.
Exactly.
You understand?
That's a nice proverb. I love that.
For sure.
Yeah, I love that. So where
can you find them? You can find them. You can find them through me actually, because I'm there anytime. Just give me a link. or link up Success Radio here,
Yeah.
and you can get in touch with me anytime. Man, we do a lot of work.
Sounds wonderful.
Decent work.
So guys, I must say it was nice having you guys here on Success Radio.
Thank you for having
You guys have two talented individuals and family, generation to generation.
me. Sure.
One seeing one way, one seeing the other way, but you guys still on the straight path. That's a wonderful thing.
Always.
Very, very wonderful thing. And people out there in Radio Land, I want to thank you very much for listening to us here on Success Radio.
I got a little acapella for you before I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want it? Can I give him an acapella before I go?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a little track I actually wrote on the 400 on the way up here.
Wow.
You know? So a little something like
Straight
that.
out the dome.
This is how we get down. No insinuation, mama. I want her for myself. Anybody please feel my drama. Baby, I want her for myself. Say she like the night, like socialize. Yeah, I want her for myself. Watch me put a little breeze up in mama. Say I want her for myself. Baby.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
Say
beautiful. Sounds wonderful, man. You are that character that can just pop anything out, man. You are so good.
I appreciate
You are
that.
one.
Man.
Yeah, man. I love that about you.
I appreciate
love
that.
Some serious lyrics coming down there.
I appreciate you, sir.
On the fly, we call it.
Yeah.
The highway, the 401.
The 400.
People, that's the 400.
The
That's
400.
even
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. There was a melody that came to my mind, and I was like, let me drop it here. Maybe
That's
get
beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you know, a lot of us get inspiration. Anyway, sometimes you can be on a job, you get the inspiration.
For sure.
You can be
take it wherever you are.
anywhere you are.
It's a gift.
Do you work with those little recorders? You do.
I used to back
Yeah.
in the day, but now I have a little phone.
Oh, right.
Like this.
Technology.
They might
Whoa.
make fun of me. He looked at my phone. No, he looked at my phone. Listen, you know my brother and sister make mad fun of me
That's
about
what?
this phone.
This
This is what my
first
man.
generation?
Well, I'm trying to tell you about this.
No
I go
Blackberry.
places with it.
No
Go
BBM.
places. No beat me up. That wasn't called for, my man. That wasn't necessary, my man. I thought you were my man.
Alright. It was wonderful talking to you on
man, I
Success
love
Radio.
it, yeah, man.
Alright.
All good,
And
baby.
to Fraser, man, it was wonderful, man. You guys have mad talent, and
Appreciate it,
we
man.
would love the world to
Appreciate
hear more of you.
Yes, sir.
And right now in music, it's 90% business.
Yes.
So you guys get that business aspect of the game going,
Yeah.
and get the music out there to the world.
That's
Let
very
the people
important.
know. Yes, it's
Very
very important
important.
what you guys have, because the talent is
Yeah.
mad.
Yes.
You guys have that talent.
And control your own thing. You can control your
Yes.
own masters and
Yes.
control your own publishing and
Exactly.
control the points that you're supposed to get off the
Yes.
records. Like
Yes.
a lot of kids don't know about that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're just getting into it.
Yeah.
But there's a business behind it, and you can make a lucrative.
Yeah.
I couldn't say lucrative. You can live
You can
off
live.
of
You can live.
making music now. It's
Yeah.
not like back in the days where the big record company
Yeah.
signs you and
Yes.
then that. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
everybody is their own mogul now.
Yeah.
You know, their own entrepreneur,
Yeah.
which is a good thing because it allows people to really show themselves what they got.
Right.
If they built that way, can
Yes.
they get out there and make it happen for themselves?
Yes.
You know,
So when you position yourself.
Well,
in
how
the
you
market.
position yourself.
Yes,
Perfect.
guys. So as I said again, sweet talking to you all.
Yes, sir.
Radio Land.
Appreciate being here, man.
You have the father and son here
Yeah.
on Success Radio. Nice. Thank you for listening in. We got to go.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yo, I get so much calls since I
Hey,